Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to share something that came up when I was at work tonight. If you didn't know, I'm a driver's ed instructor. I secretly love it. But I just put out a video today. It's the 11th, April 11th. And not that it matters, but just so that you can reference it if it interests you. But it was talking about the burden of truth and feeling like a burden. And I was transmuting it, and I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and this really, really intense energy that was going on. And I was telling her how just impatient I am. I'm impatient for my partner, my person, my relationship, my love story. I just want it. I just want it here now, and I want to be ready for it, and I want to be open to it, and whatever. I want it here now. And I was just trying not to judge myself for being impatient, but I was stating that I just recognized that my vibration was very impatient. So at work today, I was with one of the students, and towards the end of the drive, there was one person right after another who, like, drivers behind us who, she's a student driver. We're not making the turn fast enough for them because I'm teaching her as we're making this turn, and I'm explaining things to her and making sure that it's safe enough, like checking for, all the traffic to the left and blah, blah, blah before we turn right and whatever. And horns honking, like this massively collective, impatient energy. And then we got down the road, and then someone else were getting ready to make a right-hand turn, and of course they tear past us, and they honk their horn as they tear past us because we were going the speed limit and, taking our time making this right turn. And so they cross over or double yellow line to get around us to keep going straight because they couldn't wait 2 seconds longer. And then we get to a stop sign. We're coming down a hill and slowly stopping at the stop sign. You got to stop behind the stop line. And there was these kids in the Jeep behind us that were getting ready to go around us because they didn't want to wait. And it was like boom, 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 boom. And then we came to a four-way stop, and there was another truck there whose right of way it was. It was his right of way. And I was telling her to let him go. And he's like, come on, just go already. And within a span of maybe 10 minutes, all of these, I'm like, where is this vibration coming from? Why is everybody so impatient? And we've just got student driver plastered all over the car. Like, come on, are you kidding me? You've been in this car before. She didn't care. She was totally fine. I don't even know that she noticed all of these, but I was noticing them. And I heard Abraham Hicks in my head about, she tells stories about her and Jerry and how they notice something, and they notice a pattern in behavior of people around them or incidences, or something happens, and they look at each other and they're like, well, obviously we created that, we caused that, and so we've got some cleaning up to do. We've got some cleaning up to do in our vibration. And it's like I heard that in my head immediately. I'm like, I did that. I created this impatient energy. I was literally just talking to my friend yesterday about how impatient I am. And so why do I say this, and why does it make me happy to notice the energy like that? First of all, it released any kind of frustration that I had against these other people, because I was pretty frustrated. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I was very protective of her, almost, like taking up for her. But right away, as soon as I realized that this was coming from my vibration from yesterday, it released all of that. And I was like, oh, they're just players in the game. They're just actors in my play. And getting to see how quickly I can manifest things. No matter what it is. I mean, you're always manifesting. You're either manifesting from a subconscious place or a conscious place. And this was, it was kind of, I wasn't doing it on purpose, but, just noticing that is enough to kind of recalibrate my thinking in giving me my power back again. So why am I so impatient? Why is it that I think that I'm not ready yet? If I keep saying I'm not ready, but I'm impatient because I'm trying to bring it in, I'm creating resistance because I'm noticing that it's not there. Saying that I'm not ready, or it's not here, or where is it? I'm in pain. You're just putting all this attention on it's not there. And so, of course, it's not going to be there. You're just going to keep noticing that it's not there. You have to notice ways that it is there. Well, if your person isn't there, then how could you notice them being there? Well, because there are characteristics of my person that show up in other people. And, one of my best friends that I was talking to yesterday about this supportive sacred space that she created for me to be able to cry and open up and be real and not judge me. And like, that's the energy of my person too. Like she represents that. So my person is actually here. She was just channeling his energy. And then I had a conversation with somebody again a little bit later. And so my person was showing up in that person too. And so noticing that my person is here, the energy is here. And I believe that. And I have to believe that before I can see it. But when I do actually see it in these other people, then I'm noticing my person also. And taking stock of how he's showing up. So that's another lesson too, is noticing how people are showing up for you in your life, and not just noticing how they're not showing up. Like, you're not doing this for me, or you're not doing this for me, or I'm not happy because you're not doing this for me, or you're not this, or you're not that. It's like focusing on the lack. You can notice how you're manifesting lack over and over and over again. So you're doing it by paying attention to things that aren't there. And it's time to shift that a little bit. I think that's why I had to come on and just tell you this quick story tonight about what I noticed. You're noticing the lack in you, or how you aren't good enough, or you're a burden, or like, look at the way you bless people's lives. So when you shift from this subconscious belief that I am a burden, which is what that last video was all about, noticing that is really important. It's beautiful because then it's not secretly manifesting things in your life. So when you notice that you have a subconscious belief that says, I am a burden, then you can feed it with the proper or the more aligned words. So I am open to new possibility. I'm a blessing to those that are ready for my light. I am activating and opening up so many lives. I affect the people around me in really important ways. So not necessarily in beautiful or, really tough ways where I'm activating them to grow a little bit. That felt like a little bit of a burden in that last video. But it's important that they go through that anyway. So it's a blessing to them at the same time. So I affect people in really important ways. And that is beautiful. Like, not judging what beautiful means. And feeding yourself with those, it's like reprogramming that belief. You like loosen up that feeling of burden, of responsibility, and things like that. So you start feeding yourself that, and then noticing where that shows up. And for me, it showed up in, there were comments on some of my videos that I hadn't seen yet. And I went in through my, the comments on my YouTube videos that it says the ones that I haven't seen yet. And I didn't even notice that they were there. Usually I get a notification for them, but apparently I was supposed to see them tonight because this is when I needed to see them. So I also have a subconscious belief that I'm a really, really amazing, powerful manifester and have an important role in delivering messages that affect people and help them to grow in really beautiful, really important, really powerful ways. It's like I secretly believe that about myself. There are negative beliefs that we secretly believe about ourselves. Sometimes we don't even realize that we're telling ourselves these things. But there are also really, really, really amazing things that we think about ourselves that we hold back. Again, that's the burden of our truth. To carry over what it was from that last video, too. Like, it feels like I can't say those things about myself, or I can't boast about those, or who the fuck do you think you are? Like, the imposter syndrome that I posted about recently. Like, holding ourselves back in fear of shining, and really noticing your own shine. Who else is going to notice it? We almost put the burden on other people to notice it for us when we don't let ourselves notice it about us. So we have these subconscious beliefs that are beautiful and powerful, and we won't let ourselves look at them. We won't let ourselves consciously see those things. But they're there. They are there. You have subconscious beliefs about yourself that are manifesting things around you. Notice them. Ask the universe. Point those out to me. I got the proof of those today. So I know that I believe these things because if you believe them and you're the vibration of them enough, law of attraction, they have to show up. So it showed up in the comments that I hadn't seen. They were just sitting there waiting for me, even though they were posted, days and days ago. I needed them today, but I needed to maintain the vibration of those. I needed to keep going. I needed to keep showing up. I needed to keep putting videos on here. I needed to just keep showing up, and keep being in the vibration of this important message and the light. And, no matter what the views are, no matter what, it's to be the expression, to do God's work, to like say the important things that I've been tasked in saying. And the proof of that has shown up. And if I don't take the time to notice that I manifested the words that I've been secretly saying to myself in someone else, then I am not allowing myself to align with the things that I'm asking for. I'm asking for them. I'm trying to be them, but then I won't allow myself to be them or allow them into my life. I'm impatient for my person to come in. Well, I have to believe that I'm worthy of all of that. I have to let myself believe those things. It's like I'm secretly believing them, but I won't let myself. So other people are showing me those things to help me to do that. So anyway, I just noticed it. And anytime that happens, I'm just so amazed by the magic of the universe and the way that vibrations align. And, even when it's something that really annoys the crap out of me, this is how we take our power back. 1331 on my recording. By noticing and taking responsibility and owning what it is that you recognize as a mirror of your vibration. If you don't take the time to notice the really beautiful things that you do too, how are you going to get those aspects into your life that you're asking for? Okay? For those of you that are impatient for your person to come into, they're there. They're there. They're there. You're just not noticing it. You have to be it too. You have to be what you're asking for. You have to align with it. And there's something that you believe about yourself that you won't allow yourself to say. It's like the burden of your truth. I'm a powerful creator. Or I just heard like I'm a psychic. And that alone has the word psychic has like so many taboo connotations to it. It's got it's really not layered, loaded. It's really loaded with judgment and a lot of different things, and that's what people feel and see sometimes when they say that. But for those of us that understand the importance of psychic energy and the way that we are able to connect with high vibrational energies outside of ourselves, I have relied on people and my gifts to make sense of things and to grow. And I've relied on other people who have those same gifts too, to help me see the things that I can't see. I recognize I couldn't live without the psychic friends and support and energies that I have. It's so important. So when you don't allow yourself to say, I'm a psychic, because of the fear of the judgment that comes back at you, you don't allow yourself to connect with those that are like, oh my gosh, I need you. I need you. I've been looking for the right person to help me see the things in the unseen realm that I need to see in order to grow. It's like therapy. You know, that's what a lot of people say about my readings, is it's like therapy sometimes, especially when I do it in person. But they're so surprised. It's like, I feel like this is a counseling session. I'm like, that's what it's supposed to be. So there are those people who connect that energy when you say, I'm a psychic. They're like, oh, yes, I've been looking for you. And you don't allow yourself to be found. So there was a reading that I had done. I'm not sure. Go back and look through the titles of my videos. I think it was a message from the Divine Masculine saying, get back to work. I can't find you unless you do. Some of you, like, that's something that you need to do too, is get back into, for some of you specifically, it's like doing card readings or doing psychic readings for people. You know, maybe you're not doing it as a profession or something, but you're doing it on the side and you're doing it in order to help people see and grow. And this is like you doing God's work. Making time for that. Do you see how my light is just going? Making time for that, because people need you. They need your sight. They need your gifts in order to be able to see the things that they can't. It's important. There's limiting beliefs in their field right now that it's so important for you to help them to see. Okay? Especially not just the ones that say, I'm a burden or I'm not good enough, or like the negative ones that hold them down. They need you to see the ones that say, I'm a powerful creator and I deserve this promotion, and I'm worthy of love, and I have an important role on this planet, and I'm a light worker, or all the really like high vibrational beliefs that are sitting there in their field that they won't let themselves see. Okay? That was the message. It's so funny at the end of the message, like when it stops coming through, then it's just like, that was it. That's what I got. For some of you, I just have to mention that I have a level 1 Holy Fire Reiki class coming up first weekend in May. For some of you, it's about developing your psychic gifts, and Reiki is going to help you to do that. The Holy Fire especially is bringing you into a space of oneness with this beautiful, like, Christ light, and oneness with your own light, with the authentic you. This is like your jumping off point, I just heard. And it does amplify your psychic gifts. And for some of you, it's like that's the answer to a question that you've had recently. So if you're interested in that, the information for that is down in the box below. Just click on the link that says Reiki classes and go over and check that out. There's a whole description in there about what is Reiki, what is the Holy Fire, and, read through the whole thing. And if you have any questions about it too, you can always email me. My email's in the box below too. If you want a private reading, if you want to connect with me and do a one-on-one client session, let me know. All the information's in the box. Okay? Love you!